Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am using the Dominique Cosmetics Berries and Cream palette. If you guys want to see how I created this look, then just go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, so I went ahead and started out with the Urban Decay Quick Fix Primer and also the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. I sprayed that Urban Decay primer across the whole face and then went ahead and smoothed on that Tarte primer in my problem areas. Then I went in with the Hourglass foundation stick in the shade Warm Ivory and also my Morphe Y6 brush. So I added a few strokes of that Hourglass foundation onto my face, and then I blended it all out with some Morphe Prep and Set and my Morphe Y6 brush. After I had all of that blended out, I went in with my Cover FX Power Play Foundation in the shade G Light 1 and added that underneath the eyes and also onto the high points of the face, like the nose and also the chin. And then I went in with that same Morphe Y6 brush and just blended it all out. I then went in with my Morphe contour sponge and just made sure I didn't have any streaks or lines on the face from the brush and just blended that all out. And then I took the Huda Beauty setting powder in the shade Pound Cake and began to press that underneath the eyes and also into the smile lines. After I had those pressed in, I went ahead and took the Morphe Y3 brush and just began to smooth that powder across the whole face. I really like to focus the powder on the cheeks and also the temples, just to make sure that none of the further powder products that we use are going to stick or cling to any of the tackiness from the foundation. I then took the Too Faced Natural Face Palette and I mixed the shade Sunny Honey and Tropic Like It's Hot on a Morphe Y5 brush. I went ahead and bronzed up the skin with those powders. I focused it on the cheeks and also on the temples just to bring some color back to the face. Once I had all of that blended out, I went ahead and took the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and mixed the two lightest shades in the palette on the Morphe Y9 brush and began to contour the face. I went ahead and went under the cheekbones, a little bit under the jaw, and then I also did a little bit on the nose. I don't like to add too much on the nose. I don't think that my nose really needs to be contoured, so I just go ahead and add those powders on there just to give it some color so that inner part of my face isn't too pale or highlighted. After I had those blended out, I went in on this angled Morphe Y4 brush and I took the shade Pink Sand from that same Natural Face palette from Too Faced and just began to blush the cheeks. And then I took the Morphe M510 brush with the shade Satin Cheeks and just highlighted the face. I did that on the high points of my cheeks and also a little bit on the temples, and then took a little bit down the bridge of my nose. And I went ahead and did my brows off camera with the Anastasia Brow Wiz and also the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. And then we went ahead and dived into the Dominique Cosmetics Berries and Cream palette. Here's a few swatches, and then I went ahead and took the Fenty Beauty lid primer and primed my eyelids, and I blended that all out with my Morphe sponge. This is a primer that I feel like needs to be set down before you can add or blend any shadows over it. So I went in with the shade Sweet Cream from this Dominique Cosmetics palette on a big fluffy brush from Morphe. It doesn't have a name, it's just from one of their little sets that come in a jar. And I just used that shade Sweet Cream and brushed it across the whole eyelid just to make sure that we had a nice, smooth, even base to blend our shadows on top of. Then I took the shade Soft and Sweet from the palette and I just took it on a tapered blending brush from Eco Tools and blended it across the lids. I really focused it on the outer corners and the inner corners. I am going to be doing a halo eye, so I didn't want to add too much pigment into the middle of the lid. I took the shade Bittersweet on that same Eco Tools brush and began to pack it on the outer V and the inner corner, just to make sure we got that halo eye effect still going on. This color was super pigmented and blended out really beautifully. Once I had all of that blended out, I went in with the shade Cherry Juice on a short little packer brush from Morphe and just began to pack that on the outer V and also on the inner V. Since this color was pretty dark, I definitely did not want to add it onto the middle of the lid. So with these colors, I just really tried to focus them on the outer part whenever I was packing it on and then start to blend it inward once I had most of that pigment off the brush. And to blend out those harsh edges, I went in with the shade Bittersweet again and just started to blend it out on the Morphe M431 brush. This is just a little pencil brush that is really good for getting in little spaces on the lid. And then I just went ahead and added some more of that cherry juice on that same little packer brush that I was already using before. I felt like the edges still weren't blended as much as I would like them to be, so I took this really big fluffy brush from, I believe, Olimar Cosmetics. I got it out of a BoxyCharm box, and I took that same shade Soft and Sweet and just started to blend out the edges on that. Once I had all of that blended, I went in with another one of those Olimar Cosmetic brushes that came from BoxyCharm and started to cut my halo eye out with some Tarte Shape Tape. Once I got the shape that I was desiring, I went ahead and started adding some color on top of it. So I went in with the shade Honey Dipped and started to pack that on the lid. The shade was super pigmented, but it also did have quite a bit of fallout. So just to make sure that I had everything blended out the way I wanted it to be, I also added the shade Cranberry along the edges just to make sure that I didn't go straight from that really dark purple into that really bright colored gold. So packing this on along the edges really helped to blend all of that together. So off camera, I went ahead and added the shade Blueberry Muffin on the lower lash line and smoked that out with the shade Soft and Sweet. And then I went in with the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara and just started to apply it to the lashes. So I mixed together the shade Sugar Cookie and Sweet Cream on a Morphe Y22 brush and highlighted the inner corner and the brow bone. And then I went in with this Morphe lip gloss, and it was a little bit more pink than I was expecting, so I just kind of patted it out with my finger just to kind of blend it out and not have such a super bright lip with such a bold eye. And this is the look all completed. I hope that you guys liked it. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe below. If you guys have any requests on any looks or any products that you would like me to review, go ahead and leave it in the comments below and I will try to get to them. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you come back to the channel. Bye!